Three, two, one, and welcome everybody. Welcome to Days of the Wolf. This is D Wolf coming at you live somewhere in a secret location in the Northwest. Today is Friday the 14th, on September 2018. This is an interesting day today. I wanted to get to a question that was asked to me on Quora. I thought it was kind of interesting. The question is, if Coinbase has your Bitcoin keys, specifically your private keys, what prevents the police from tracing the Bitcoin that was already cashed out, okay, Coinbase, and tracing it to you with a warrant? You gotta get better questions, but I kind of understood the crux of it. The idea is, if Coinbase has your hot wallet keys and someone's doing a trace on you, or you're being investigated by the police, or they have a warrant, are they able to kind of trace you? Well, on Coinbase, the answer to that is, well, what can prevent them? And right now, nothing can prevent them. They have know your customer personal information, and the Coinbase exchange actually has your e-wallet hot private keys, your hot e-wallet keys. So as Andreas Antonopoulos says, your keys, your coins, not your keys, not your coins. Now, I go on to say that there is a way to make it more difficult for a third party to trace you if you have a series of warm and cold e-wallets outside of the hot wallet that's attached to the Coinbase. And if you exchange from, say, Bitcoin to another altcoin, to another altcoin, to another altcoin on a series of your warm and cold e-wallets, that will make it very, very difficult. Now, it's my current understanding that with the IRS, they contracted with Chainalysis, and their specific thing is to audit the Bitcoin exchange addresses to find out, or to determine, who these wallets belong to. Who is the owner, not necessarily the controller of the wallet. And it's my understanding that their analytics can only go so deep. So, like, once a wallet has exchanged to another wallet, to another wallet, to another wallet, to another wallet, ad infinitum, and exchanged not just the same type of Bitcoins, but another altcoin that's like ERC compatible and stuff, shifting that back and forth, it's just going to get to the point where it's kind of untenable. I read an article from, I think it was Coinbase, that kind of extrapolated on this. While the IRS may be breaking its head trying to unmask those behind Bitcoin transactions, its efforts will be futile in the extended to the wider cryptocurrency space. There are particular cryptocurrencies like Dash, Monero, Zcash that have internal built-in privacy mechanisms that make it much more difficult to track these transactions. Now, if enough of the people that utilize cryptocurrency get involved with this, and they do the different things, they don't necessarily, you could probably have your initial item on a hot wallet, but once it moves to another wallet, and if it moves to another altcoin like a Dash, Monero, Zcash, all privacy coins, if enough people do that, then the IRS and Chainalysis will just have their hands full trying to detect the specific cases for tax evasion, or these specific ownerships that are attached to your KYC, your personal identity. So they have to kind of match it up. Moreover, these resources would take a lot of time and money to investigate, and it would make pretty much the whole exercise infeasible. So, yeah, they can do it now, and I'm sure with the advent of artificial intelligence assisting that, it would make it even more possible because obviously they're not doing this by hand. They have a system of analytics that are trying to determine the origins of this. But as it gets into the wider space, as more coins are developed, as more exchanges, and specifically decentralized exchanges without KYC mandates. Remember, this is at the root of the blockchain. It's just a ledger, and every blockchain has a different ledger. There's the Bitcoin blockchain, there's the Ethereum blockchain, there's the blockchain for Dash, Monero, and Zcash, and all these are different. So it'd be very difficult. And that was pretty much the answer to that question. So on the news front, not a lot of things are going on specifically today. Let's see if I can find some things that I've kind of posted. I answered that question there. Some of the things that are kind of going down 20 hours ago, it's not much at all. One thing is one article, almost all modern computers are affected by a cold boot attack. This includes Macs and PCs, so nobody's really out of the woods. Although this is a cold boot attack, so it's like when you boot up your computer, initially it's going, you're turning the switch on, it goes through the BIOS, which wakes up the hardware that's attached to typically a hard drive, and that hard drive, once that initializes, that boot it's going to boot to the operating system that is installed on it. And so again, you're at the bottom of the pyramid, and almost anything kind of can happen as you get from the bottom of the pyramid. Think of the pyramid being turned upside down. So obviously, if without electricity, you can't turn it on. But the next thing is the BIOS, and the next thing is the circuitry on the motherboard, and the next thing is getting to the hard drive, and the next thing is the operating system on the hard drive, then the software on the operating system. So there's a lot more playroom. Windows, Linux, and Kodi users infected with crypto mining malware. So, crypto mining malware is pretty prolific, and there's a lot of things, a lot of hackers. I mean, it's to the black hat or the gray hat community, or any hackers for that matter. It's a little bit easier to skim off the top of someone's CPU utilization than to kind of ball bust them and say, hey, we've locked up all your information. If you don't give us so many cryptocurrencies, we're just going to keep the encryption key, and you're fucked out of your data. This one, it's not any better, but at least it's not locking you out of your information. I'm not validating it or saying that it's okay in any way, shape, or form. But if I had to choose between the two evils, maybe a little hit on my CPU would be a little bit preferable until I could figure out that there's crypto mining malware on my system, than saying, hey, you're effing out of luck and we have all your keys and we've encrypted everything, and if you don't comply with us, and if you don't comply with us within a certain amount of time, we'll just up the ante until you just can't afford it. And and 9 times out of 10, they don't, even if you did pay the ransom, they don't really surrender the keys, or they're incapable of doing it, or they don't know how. So yeah, it's Friday, so it's a light news day. I'm gonna cut it a little short. I got another appointment today that I have to get to down by Lake Oswego. So if you like my vblog today, give me a like, leave a comment. I'll probably be coming back later today to kind of freshen up on some other news stories. Until then, this is D Wolf signing off.